Everybody, today is Monday morning my time, so I'm just looking at the market with an interest just to see what's going on. Well, my primary interest was actually yesterday on Sunday when the markets opened. I wanted to see if we get a gap up here on the US equities. Why? Well, because we're here at a really at a critical level here, right? With the ES, the YM, and the Nasdaq, these three contracts, they are at the consolidation high. As mentioned in my higher time frame trend scan, this is a historic moment, right? This pattern is connected to all this momentum move since the end, basically the bottom of the great financial crisis. That's like 15 years. And this could mark the midpoint. Now it's really important here. A lot of eyes are looking at that level, right? And I was hoping to get a gap up, right? Well, we didn't. We actually opened at the very same level the markets closed on Friday. It's curious, right? But this is what happened. So we're still in the trends, right? Smooth running trends. And what we have here, well, we've got a consolidation. So this was the 15-minute S1 trade. I'm just showing it to you, or I like to mark it on the 60-minute because it stays around longer, right? The 15-minute is already rolled away. So I can see, well, this was my entry. Well, I stayed in, I sold a portion of it, then I was swing trading it. I held it over the weekend. So now we have another consolidation. So I'm obviously interested without the intention to actually want to trade today. Today is Monday, not a great trading day. Well, that's a consolidation. Well, I can see it's a consolidation, and it's an S2 consolidation, right? This is I'm talking about it because we're going to add S2 next week, right? So this was an S2 already complete here. Well, now it's extended to the right. This here is the testing activity. So the official entry of that was here. It's not showing follow through, right? Coming back to the midline, very typical. Coming back to the 200. So that's what you often see on Monday, that we don't get follow through, and we get the stop of the pattern executed. Now let's have a look at YM just quickly. The YM, well, the YM had difficulties to get to lifting off, right? Because it's here stuck. Well, let's mark that. It's still in the sideways. It could not test it to break out. It could not. So now we're back into the oval sideways, which doesn't mean that it's not a great trading idea, but definitely not on Monday and not on Tuesday. Right? Trading out of oval sideways, you wanna be in a good market environment, and ideally you wanna already have a winning week, so you can afford to lose 1 hour, right? Either lose an hour or make a big R multiple. We don't want to start the week with a trade in oval sideways, but I don't see much going on. Well, this could evolve. So I like to mark things right on the chart. This could evolve into an S1 here now on a 60-minute chart, right? So we could get a test bar. Let's just draw that bit lower. Yeah, could get a test bar. Interesting, right? That could happen. Let's have a look at Nasdaq. So Nasdaq is here as well in a consolidation. This looks more like an S1, but not a good quality, right? It's not obvious touches on the base. So let's see how that goes. This has gone above, right? This didn't produce a gap up either. Let's see how things develop. So I've just checked, there's no bank holiday today, so markets are just a bit quiet, right? So here for the Russell as well, we're at a critical level. So very often different symbols converge at the same time at critical levels, but for different reasons. So here it's on the 240-minute chart, right? Critical level. If we break this one, well, then this is the most important level, right? Let's just mark it just to be reminded. This is a very important level because this would be the level that takes us out of oval sideways, right? That was on for good 6 months. So I'm interested in the Russell. It might develop actually momentum once we leave this oval sideways. This is, by the way, an S1 pattern on a monthly chart. And these are stop run levels, right? Very close nearby. So if that one breaks, which is a stop run level, well, then this one is really close by, and the next one and the next one, right? So I keep an eye on the Russell as well. Now let's have a look at gold. So the metals have been, yeah, very quiet, right? They remain quiet. It sits on 200. It cannot lift off, or it will lift off at some point in time, but it's not needed to spend too much time with those. Till they do. Well, there was this trade idea on gold, right? When it drops into the target area, this one, then actually I consider taking on another position, because this is an S1. It's going sideways. If it drops, well, then it can be taken basically with a discount, right? So this is the target area below these wicks. In one of the newsletters, I mentioned that that this is an idea, well, now it has formed an S1 as well, right? So I'm looking for a test bar, actually, a bar close, weekly bar close, and then it's from perspective of the monthly S1. So we've got a pattern, we've got a weekly S1 within a monthly S1 within a quarterly S1. It's a pattern within a pattern within a pattern. They're less stable, right? Because we are not in a full-blown trend. In those three, we are basically sideways, and but the R multiple could be huge because it's clustered with stop run levels. So if it drops, if I get a low risk idea with a stop down here, I might take it, being well aware that the win rate is really low. Now let's quickly move to see, is there anything going on? No, nothing here. Palladium was very quiet. Nothing on, right? It's keeping getting lower. We don't get a test bar. It's kind of weird, but that's what's happening. Copper has a pattern, right? An S1. Here, S1 on the quarterly. Now it's sitting. It's very similar, comparable to the other metals, gold, silver. Here it's sitting, right, squeezed in between the 200 and the 200 and the 21 and the 200 here. So let's have a look at the energies. The energies were in a nice EMA trend last week. Okay, so this EMA trend is getting challenged. We've got a crossover. If we get bullishness, well, this crossover can be ignored because it's only a blip, right? But it shouldn't take too long, too many bars. Like for me, like 3 bars, having a crossover for 3 bars is not a problem. 4 or 5 bars, well, then basically it falls out of an EMA trend, and so it might be a bit quiet. So some of you have taken trades in, was it heating oil or gasoline? Let's have a look at heating. Well, it's about to cross over too. That looks like an S1 here, right? Has not triggered an entry, and it's not in a trend, not in an EMA trend yet. So let's see how that evolves. Energies. Okay, this one here, it's in a pattern but no trend, right? Well, this is trending, so we can look for patterns here, but it still looks non-liquid. Today's Monday. Well, let's give it more time, right? And let's check on Tuesday. Now natural gas, but there could be a pattern. Natural gas. So natural gas was okay. Natural gas is getting at an important level too. It has broken this level. Let's just mark it. It has broken this level, developed momentum to the downside, stop run move, right? And there was an S2 pattern, and now it's basically approaching this low. Let's see, is it going to be a double bottom, or is it breaking it and we have another stop run move lower? I think it will run lower. We'll see another move lower, but let's see what the market says. DX. Then we have a quick look at cryptos actually. DX. So we said we're looking for a second leg, right? It has broken this important high here. It could establish itself. So let's see if there's bullishness coming in, right? Bullishness that brings us to a new high. And then we should see as well these lower time frame trends getting into an EMA trend, right? If you break this high, these should be trending, EMA trending, or even super trending.